My fondest memories dito sa Barangay Sulok, well, of course, I spent my childhood here in Barangay Sulok, bayan ng Lubo. Kasama ko po ang aking nanay Lubo at ang tawag sa kanya ng mga tao dito, Nanay Anding. Galing po ako sa angkan ng Ilaga, Puntalan sa side ng aking nanay Lubo at sa angkan po ng Closa, Abanilla sa side ng aking mamay Sabas. Dito po ako naglalaro kasama ang ibang bata ng habulan, tumbang preso, at ang hindi ko po talaga makakalimutan since wala pang kuryente noon dito, isa lang po ang may TV, palagi po kaming pumupunta sa sitio ibaba, umaakyat sa bintana ng kapitbahay kasama ang maraming bata para makapanood ng paborito ko noon, Yagit. And to add, since may dagat nga po dito sa Lubo, araw-araw po akong naliligo, most likely, kaya ganito po ang kulay natin. Dito na tayo nangitim, especially during my childhood. And kasama ko pong naglalaro dito yung aking mga pinsan. At indeed, it feels good. It feels good to stay here in Lubo kasi it brings back my fondest memories of my childhood.
Convert their mode of productivity into the use of advanced technology, that is the time that the employees will be displaced and the issue of informal sector will be confronting all of us. And it is in this light as well that I wish to call the attention of the international community that perhaps we need to support international and regional dialogues like the Kigali Global Dialogue in order to address the adverse impact. Although I understand there is a positive impact of digitalization, but there are as well negative impacts in terms of the employability of the people. And the measures that I see, one is perhaps we can adopt the skill building, teach and educate the people to in the use of technology so that they will be continually employable in the companies where they are at, or perhaps in the other companies. And second, of course, we can consider the green financing, which has been being advocated by the international communities as a way of creating or providing a new industry for the informal sectors where they can work with. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Esteemed colleagues and respected members of this august chamber. This representation of the 6 municipalities of Batangas 2nd District, Pawan, Mapini, San Pascual, Tingloy, San Luis, and Lobo, stands before you today on behalf of the people I represent and the entire nation.
Chair, do we have the Vice Mayor of Mexico, Pampanga from 2016 until 2019? And do we have the council members also from 2016 to 2019? Yes, because my question is about the process of reclassification. I understand that we have a committee in the Sangguniang Bayan. May we know who can answer the question about the process before it is endorsed to the Sangguniang Bayan? Vice Mayor, please.
The process po, pupunta muna po siya sa MPDC. The executive will endorse to the Sangguniang regarding the reclassification. And the Sangguniang Secretary will receive the endorsement and inform po yung chairman na may reclassification. So we usually calendar it for first reading for referral.
By first reading, it means it will be referred to the committee concerned. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
May we know what committee and the chairman of this committee?
Land use po.
Land use. And who was the chairman during that time?
That time, I think, is Councilor Perry Dizon.
Do we have Councilor Perry Dizon here?
Hindi si Manalo. Councilor?
Recent na lang po siya.
Vice? Recent bang tinatanong mo? Recent?
From 2016 to 2019.
Oh.
Okay, to be specific, Mr. Chair, may I know who is the committee chairman in 2018?
To be specific po, si Councilor Perry Dizon pa yata yun.
Is he here?
Wala po siya.
But are you the incumbent vice mayor during the time?
Yes po.
So I suppose that you are aware of what happened in the reclassification process.
When it comes to the procedure po sa committee level, konti lang po. Pagdating, I am the presiding officer, so pag session lang po, makakarinig ako doon ko sa
Nonetheless, Mr.
reclassification.
Chair, may I confirm from Vice Mayor, kayo po ba ang Vice Mayor ng Mexico, Pampanga, noong itong 81 parcels of land na pag-aari ng Yatay Industrial Park Incorporated, consisting of 1,217,660 square meters, situated in San Lorenzo, San Antonio, and San Jose, Matulid, Mexico, ay na-reclassify from agricultural to industrial.
Tama po.
So you confirm that you were the vice mayor during that time.
Opo.
And can you please enlighten us? Ano po ba yung mga dokumento na inyong ni-review as the presiding officer during that time after the reclassification was endorsed by the Committee on Land Use to the Sangguniang Bayan?
As a presiding officer po, ang natatandaan ko lang, hindi po nakumpleto yan ng mga requirements nila. Parang nag-ano lang po sila, undertaking. Up to present po, hindi po yan nakumpleto yung mga requirements. So for taxation purposes po, Ang sabi po nila, na-reclassify na.
Vice Mayor, are you aware that in the face of your representation that the requirements were not complete, there exists a municipal ordinance reclassifying the land? Are you aware of this?
Ang alam ko po, undertaking lang.
Mr. Chair, can we check with the committee if we have in our possession Municipal Ordinance Number 031-2018? And still on the same concern, Mr. Chair. On a normal practice, Vice Mayor, kaano ho ba katagal ang isang reclassification process?
Matagal-tagal po. Depende po sa mga
How
requirements.
many months?
Pag kompleto po yung requirements, less than 2 to 3 months po. Pag hindi po kompleto, hindi po napa-approve yan for third reading kasi po iniintay po namin yung mga requirements.
And I want to bring to your attention, Vice Mayor, that the letter of intent for this particular reclassification is dated September 25, 2018. September 25, 2018. Plus, considering your representation that the requirements were never completed, there is Municipal Ordinance 031-2018, which I suppose you were the one who signed as the Vice Mayor.
Siguro po.
So you admit, does the Vice Mayor admit that in spite of the incomplete requirements supporting the reclassification of the property of Yata Industrial, ay inaproban niyo po ang reclassification na ito?
As a presiding officer po, kung sa aking pong pagkakaintindi, sa aking pong pagkaalala, hindi po nakumpleto yung mga requirements ng Yata
But
Industrial.
nevertheless, there's a municipal ordinance which shows that you approved. The Sangguniang Bayan approved.
Okay.
May we ask if the LGU of Mexico, Pampanga, have with them the copy of this municipal ordinance? Because I wish to state for the record, bakit nyo naman po hindi ni-attach yung mga annexes nito? Ha? You submitted the municipal ordinance but you did not enclose the requirements which are supposed to be attached to this municipal ordinance. Can you please name these other brokers of AD Young?
Hindi ko na po kilala yung iba.
So you can recall again.
Yung pong iba kasi mga agents lang na walang license.
Even
saka
though,
mga kapitan.
can you please name these people who are licensed agents or even those who just acted as agents?
Mga kapitan po dun sa San Simon.
Please state their names.
I don't know po kung still kapitan pa rin po sila ngayon.
State their names.
Kilala ko po kasi doon, nagbawal sa akin si Kap Randy ng Barangay San Pablo po.
San Pablo, who else? Can you please provide the last name of Kapitan Randy of San Pablo?
Yes po,
Ano pong
Again.
apelyido niya?
Randy. Hindi ko po alam hindi ko po alam yung surname po niya.
So who else?
Yung po kasing iba, hindi ko na po inaalam. Basta yung nagbawal po sa akin, si Kap Bando po, ang binawalan ako magbenta.
Oh, you mentioned that you were prohibited from continuing the transactions. Bakit po ba kayo pinagbawalan ni Kapitan Randy?
Gusto niya po, hindi po si Kap Randy, si Kap Bando po, nung time niya.
Who is that? Kap Lando.
Bando,
Bando.
opo.
Ano ho bang apelyido nitong si Kap Bando?
Hindi
Ibig
ko po
sabihin
alam.
nito, Miss Daisy, there were transactions during the time of Kap Randy, separate from the transactions during the time of Kap Bando.
Opo,
Anong taon itong kay Kap Bando?
2018 po.
2018. At ito pong kay Kap Randy.
2018 din po.
2018 din. How come nagkaroon po ng transition ng dalawang kapitan?
during the same year of 2018.
Opo, yung pong lugar na nasasakupan nila, nag-o-offer po sila ng lote.
2018? Are these two barangay captains both from San Pablo?
San Simon po.
San Simon. You mentioned earlier that Cap Randy is from San Pablo.
De La Paz. De La Paz po.
Now
and
De La Paz.
San Pablo po.
Who is from San Pablo? Cap Randy.
Opo.
And Cap Bando is from
De La Paz po.
De La Paz. So they are the incumbent barangay captains in 2018.
Yes po.
Sila po ba'y nakaupo pang kapitan until now?
I don't know po.
And I will go back to your earlier statement. Ang nagbawal sa inyo, binawi nyo po yung first statement nyo about Cap Randy. You change it into Cap Bando. Bakit po
Opo.
kayo pinagbawalan ni Cap Bando?
Gusto po niya, dumaan muna ako sa kanya.
Gusto niya dumaan kayo sa kanya. For what reason?
Gusto niya po siya lang po ang magbenta ng subject property na sinasakupan niya.
So, nagkaroon po ba ng transaction dito sa De La Paz with Cap Bando as the agent?
Opo.
Ilang bentahan po ba naganap dito?
Hindi ko na po alam yung transaction nila.
Hindi nyo po alam. Pero ano po yung transaction kung saan kayo'y pinagbawalan na ni Cap Bando na mag-ahente?
That was 2018 po. Nung pinagbawalan na niya po ako, hindi na po ako nagbenta.
Yes, what is this transaction all about? Sino po ang seller at sino po ang buyer? Kanina po tinatanong kayo ng ating mga committee members, ano pa ang transaction nyo? You are not disclosing about this De La Paz property. I assume that the property is in De La Paz.
That is San Simon po. De La Paz San Simon at saka San Pablo San Simon.
De La
That's all
Paz
in
San
San Simon
Simon.
po.
De La Paz San Simon. Can you please enlighten us on the circumstances surrounding the transaction in De La Paz San Simon where you were prevented by Cap Bando from pursuing the transaction? Ikwento
Yes
niyo po
po.
sa amin.